Good morning, Jayakumar.
Hey, good morning, Pratik.
Jay, can we start?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ashley. Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope
Good
you.
morning, Jay.
Yeah, good morning. So, hope you have the data set with you now. I'm going to share my screen. Fine. Hope you can see my screen. And we are in day 3 now. So, from day 3 onwards, we are completely going to see about data analysis. So, the two very important topic that we are going to discuss today. one is conditional formatting, and then we have a data analysis through a pivot table. Okay, so this is very important in Excel to do a lot of data analysis, and we can decide with the ends with the business decision making tools. Usually, if you go for a conditional formatting, that will be very helpful for us to make a business decisions, and also data analysis about a pivot table, which has a lot of features. So I am going to tell you about a lot of new features in pivot table with some calculated fields, and then about a report filter on pages, and then we are going to make with some different styles of pivot table. All those things that I'm going to do with it. So there is no version difference in conditional formatting and pivot table in different versions. Okay, so we can go with same calculation mode in any version we can do it. And at last we are going to see with data visualization. That is third thing, advanced chart with custom designs. So along with this table, we are going to make a pivot chart, and also we have so many charts in Microsoft Excel. So we can do how all these charts works, where we want to use these type of charts, and how effectively we can prepare a data visualizations. All those things that we are going to discuss it. Okay, so first to start with conditional formatting, I think I have already shared the data set. So please open the data set. It consists of the invoice number, date, the payment method, and then region and payment amount. So a small data set which I have now. Before to that, I want to know what is conditional formatting. How many of you are started using this one? Why we are using conditional formatting?
So I used to find the duplicate in employee codes or something, and some comparison between two columns that I do.
Okay, super great. So this is usually people will do to highlight duplicates. For this, 90% of people will do it to highlighting a duplicate. And anyone have ever tried with the new rules here about writing a new function?
I tried once, like if the value is greater than some amount, then it has to be highlighted. And that way I got done.
Exactly, right. So we have a lot of options here. Okay, even in the pivot table, okay, in conditional formatting, in both we can do a lot of customization works. Okay, we can write the n number of function. We have almost 500 plus functions are there. You can write all those functions in pivot table and conditional formatting. Why? Because these two different tools to do analysis consist of a formula bar. Okay, if you go for this formula, use a formula bar to determine which cells to format, you'll be getting a formula bar here. So you can write your formula, own formulas. Even if you want, you can do VLOOKUP. Even if you want, you can write a if conditions, counter function, sum function, anything that you require, you can write over here itself. Based on the condition of function what you are returning, that will be highlighted with some colors here with the format. As same like even in pivot table, you will be getting a separate formula bar for a calculated fields. That I'll tell you how to write all those things now. Okay, so very interesting about the data analysis. So first, as I said, the data analysis on the first session about descriptive statistics, descriptive analysis, and then predictive analysis, and then perspective analysis. Okay, so three things in which first thing that we are going to see, descriptive analysis, which means the data what we have already in our hand. Okay, we are not going to predict anything. We are just going to see what is our data right now. Based on that, what we can find it. We are just going to do our findings. Okay, based on our old data. This is what we are going to do. We are not going to predict our future with predictive analysis, or we are not going to use any tools here. Okay, specific customized tools here. Everything we want to do manually. Based on our own perception, we are going to find our findings in the old data set. Okay, so this is my old data set. So conditional formatting, which will be helping you to take a better decision making in your company based on your old data. And this will be very simple. Two different terms. One is conditional, one is formatting. Okay, in Excel, we all know what is formatting. We are just making cells with color. We are just making cells with border. Okay, so simple formatting we are doing it. Sometimes we use a format painter also, where you can directly copy from one color to one cell to another cell very easily. Okay, format painter will be used. The same thing. Now the two words conditional and formatting. Based on the condition what you have given in a cell, if the condition is true, then it will make a cells with color. If condition is failed, then it won't do anything. Okay, so this is what the nature of conditional formatting. Simply it will do highlighting a cells with color. Okay, this is what it will do, conditional formatting. So as I said, simply it will highlight the cells with color. What happen if the data set highlighted with some colors? Okay, why we are using conditional formatting, which means, as you all are aware about it, if a high-level employee, high-level management will be there, what they're expecting from your side, if you are sending a report, what they want in your report?
Accuracy and correctness.
Exactly, accuracy and correctness. And other than that, the most important thing, if you are sending like a text-based report, they are not at all interested to see your data. Okay, so most important thing, they are requesting you to send everything in a summary manner. Okay, that is first thing. Second thing, if you start highlighting with some colors, definitely a question forms. That is the only based first nature of using a conditional formatting. If you are sending this report as text-based report simply and highlighted few cells in color, which means definitely a question forms. If I see a report, I can see why the cells are highlighted in color. That is the first thing. Wherever the question forms, the solution will be comes back to that. Okay, like you can take a better decision making, better solution can be obtained from a high level management. You are seeking an attention in your report from the high level management. Okay, and if you make cells with color, the question forms why the cells are highlighted in color. You can say something, the invoices are more than 25,000, which has not yet paid. Something like that we are going to say about a report now. Okay, so this conditional formatting, even without doing a conditional formatting, with the help of some tricks in Excel, we can make cells with some color. Okay, but it won't do with some condition based, a random based it will do. Okay, with the help of normal custom formatting, we can do it. Okay, we don't want to use this conditional formatting. Even in the normal custom formatting, this is like a kind of a trick in Excel. I'll tell you now how to use that one. Okay, for example, I'll just go for a data set. I'll take a random invoice number now. Okay, these are the invoice number. So I'm going to make an amount here randomly. Okay, so I'm not going to take a only positive sign note here, only invoices. I'm going to mix some credit note also. So some positive numbers and positive negative numbers also. Okay, so I'm going to fill a random one. Okay, minus 5,000 credit note to invoice value with 25,000. So I'm using a ran between function, so it creates a random value here. Okay, so now you can see the value has been created. Once it has been created, you can make that with a KPI reporting kind of thing. Okay, so which means you can mark some indicator very easily. Indicator, which means you can use any symbols in Excel in a very easiest manner. Okay, this is like a manual work, manual custom formatting, same like a conditional formatting we are going to use it. Okay, I'm going to select the same item here again, the same numbers which has been copied. Okay, so now go for custom formatting. Go for more numbers and custom formatting will be there. Okay, here you can use this custom format to make your own designs. Okay, you can make different designs here based on some symbols. In Excel, first we want to include a symbol. Go for insert tab, under symbols, go with symbols here. Okay, here I have recently used a lot of symbols, which I very frequently I'll use these symbols here. Okay, if you want, you can go for wingdings to get a smiley symbols. Okay, you can use that also if you require it. Okay, or else you can go with some other symbols like upward arrow and triangle, and then a downward triangle. Okay, that will be available in wingdings format. If you go with that, you can find a lot of options here. Okay, so wingdings will be one of the best one to maintain to get a lot of symbols here. Okay, so even that will be available in Arial also. If you have different formats. You can go with different format, you will be getting it. Okay, so now these symbols which I have already used it in this symbol box, I'll just go to this black downward pointing triangle, which I'm going to use it. I'm going to just insert it at first. Okay, and then upward arrow, I'm going to insert it, then close it. Okay, so we have one symbol which is upward arrow and then another symbol which is downward arrow. Okay, two symbols which I have included from my symbols box. Okay, why I have used it? I'm going to mention this positive numbers in upward arrow. Okay, and then I'm going to mention my negative value in downward arrow. Okay, these two things which I'm going to insert it. Okay, we have a very beautiful option in custom formatting, where instead of this number, we can show all those things into a symbol based. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just copy the symbol in a formula bar. I'm going to select this entire list. Okay, I'm going to press Ctrl+1 to get my format cell screen. In the custom option, I'm just going to delete the 0 and I'm going to make with two symbols what I have copied. Okay, so one is for upward arrow and one is for downward arrow. Okay, only thing you want to differentiate for which positive value, that is upward arrow, for negative value, that is downward arrow. Okay, so in between that, you want to make a semicolon. Okay, so any doubt as of now? So first I have copied a symbol and then I just copied and paste the symbol in a custom format area. Okay, simply positive semicolon negative. Okay, when I click OK, now you can see exactly the numbers are turned into a symbol what we have used it. You can exactly see the negative numbers comes in downward, the positive numbers comes in upward. Okay, all the negative numbers are now in downward. So without using any conditional formatting, based on the number you can do it. Okay, simply how you can mention this one, this number is I have copied from this area to this area. If I change this number, it won't get any effect. So you can use equal to sign with the symbol here. Okay, so what are the value that you change in the amount column, that will be replicated exactly here. Now you can see everything is now with this connection with this adjacent cells. Okay, now any doubt as of now? Okay, fine, great. Now next, we have done with a symbols here. Okay, upward arrow and downward arrow. Now next we are going with dealing with the colors. Why? Because I want to differentiate everything in black color now. Everything in black color now. So now I'm going to mix a color here. Okay, for example, upward arrow means I'm going to make with green color. Downward arrow means I'm going to make with red color. Okay, simply Ctrl+1. Here I want to add a color. Okay, how to add a color in Excel? Very easy. Why? Because you want to use a square bracket and you want to type a color what you require. Okay, that is a format, usual format. If you go for any one formatting color, you can see here a square bracket with red, which means your currency, your amount will comes with color, red color. Okay, and then again here you can see the amount with 0.00 decimal point, and along with that you will be coming with a color, red color. For negative value it is coming with red color. Okay, so I'm going to make the symbol negative value first with square bracket red. Okay, and then for positive value square bracket green. Very simply, I'm just going to type a color what I required, that to be in a square bracket. Okay, in front of each symbol. Okay, now once it is done, just go for click OK. You can see exactly all positive are in green, all negative are in red. By default, you can make a cell colors in a very easiest manner with the help of this custom formatting. Okay, now you can change any number you require. For example, 5,000 rupees credit note here. Exactly, that turns to downward red. Okay, so easiest way to make a KPIs without doing any condition formatting, we can use this method for a KPI index to prepare different designs. Okay, same thing, the designs can be in anything what you required. Okay, for example, I'll go for insert, I'll go for a symbol again. You can use with some smiley symbols. Okay, first I'll insert a smiley symbol for positive and then for negative. Both I'm inserting it. Okay, so that comes under J and L. J means positive sign, smiley, and L means negative sign. Okay, so this really comes in a winged wings format by default. So now I'll just copy this one I'll do copy paste again here. And then I'm going to copy the symbol. I'm going to select Control-1 for the data set. And instead of upward, downward, I'm going to make with smiley symbols. Okay, so this exactly will not be copied because of this, the font that I want to change it. Okay, so because the font will work only in the wingdings formats, that is why. Okay, so you can use that also, but you want to change the symbol again here. Okay, this will be in wingdings. You want to change everything in a wingdings format, then it will exactly work. Okay, so these type of symbols can be very easily used in a conditional formatting normal. If you go for a Calibri or a normal Times New Roman, it will be look like a text only. If you go for wingdings format, then it will look like a smiley symbols. So different symbols will be there. You can check all the KPI important symbols to be used in online very easily. With the code number, it will come. You can directly go and download it from online also. Fine. So any doubt as of now, what we have done manually so far? Okay. Okay, next we go with the conditional formatting directly. As I said, conditional formatting, which highlights the cells with some colors. Okay, so in which we have 5 predefined values. Okay, one is highlighting cells with rule, in which there are so many rules are there. Okay, again we have top to bottom rule. And then we have a data visualization. All these are again data visualization, which creates a bar and which creates a number, color scales, and which creates with a directional. Icon directional will be there. So 5 predefined values are there. And then we have one more, which is called a new rule. Okay, new rule. And last 2 options are there. This is for completely clearing a rule. Okay, and then we are managing a rule. Okay, if you go for a managing rule, you come to know how many conditional formatting has been applied in this worksheet right now. Okay, which means I don't have any as of now, so it's showing nothing. If you are getting an external file which consists of a lot of conditional formatting from an external department or an internal department, which means you want to go and check this manage rules to identify what are the rules they have applied it, where they have applied it, what is the color they have given, what is the condition they have given. Everything you can check it in a manage rules. And if you're willing to clear those things, you can use this clear rule option. When you go for clear rule to the entire sheet, at one click, you can clear all the rules here. Okay, very easily. New rule means you want to write a new rule with a formula based condition that you want to do it. Okay, fine. And now conditional formatting, in which 5 predefined values are there. As I said, these rules are there. These rules will work only for number based column. Okay, that is quantitative methodology. Okay, just see here. So as I said earlier, quantitative methodology. And then we have a qualitative methodology. So quantitative methodology, which is deals with number. For that, most suitable with conditional formatting, CF. For qualitative methodology, that is numbers without numbers, that is the words. Okay, for which we can use a conditional formatting with a new rule option. Okay, so 2 different rules that we are going to apply it. In the predefined function, we have only one line item, only one rule in which help you to make a text with contains for related to alphabet. Rest of the all rules will only work in a number based column. Okay, if you go and select this payment method, and if you want to apply a cells highlighted with greater than means, it won't work. Nothing will work. Only one option, that is text based thing. Okay, text that contains. This is the only one rule which help you to update with your text related field. Okay, and then with duplicate values, again that we can work with some text based thing. And this is related to data query. So rest of the all other items will work only for the number based column. Okay, that is most important thing. If you don't have any number related column, you cannot apply conditional formatting. Okay, only one rule that text contain will be work for you. Okay, so because of this qualitative methodology. Even in quantitative methodology, how does it work? We have 2 things again in quantitative methodology, in which again this is number. Okay, but number can be, you can use with some different options. Okay, discrete. discrete and continuous. Okay, discrete continuous, that comes under the types of quantitative methodology. Okay, quantitative numbers. How this discrete and continuous will be differentiated. For example, discrete means the whole number. Okay, for example, 3 cars are there. The number will be in a rounded value. 3 cars. Okay, 8 water bottles, something like that, which deals with a rounded value, whole number. That is a number. Since it is a number, even if it is a number also, that is a whole number. Okay, continuous, which means today I walked with 6.4 kilometers. Okay, and then we have 2.5 liters of water, something which comes in a decimal point, but still this is a number, but that comes under a decimal point with numbers. That is called as continuous. Okay, so in discrete, all these are numbers only, whole numbers. In continuous, since it is a number also, that comes under decimal point. Okay, that is a quantitative methodology. So you can use this quantitative methodology in your conditional formatting very easily, even though you have some numbers with decimal point or a whole number. You can exactly use with this conditional formatting in a quantitative methodology. Okay, now how to apply these rules? As I said, all the rules are applied only for number based thing. So in this example, have only one number related field, which is amount, invoice amount. So this is what I'm going to do it. So here, as I said, business decision making, you can highlight a text based report with conditional formatting and going forward. Don't send any report in a text based manner to your high level management. Okay, so they are not at all expecting you from you. Okay, so they are looking for a report with some conditions, or they want in a summary mode. Okay, now just see here, I'm going to highlight an invoice in this list. How many invoices are there which is greater than, okay, greater than 30,000? This is what I'm going to find it first. How many invoices are there in this invoice list, invoice report, which is greater than 30,000? And that to be, as default, it comes with a red color. Okay, I don't want this red color. I'll manually go to custom formatting. I will change it. Okay, red color fill with white color font. To make this attractive, you can make any colors to be used here. Okay, so now the cells are highlighted with red color with white color font. Okay, if you require bold even, you can make that into a bold. Okay, now you can see the invoices listed down here with red color, and you can share the report now to high level management. So as I said earlier, the first things comes in the high level management, which creates a question. Okay, why the cells are highlighted in color? What does it appear? It denotes. Okay, you can mention the color symbol also here. Okay, which is the color matrix. You can mention it. Red color means high value invoices, not at paid. Green color means low value invoices, not at paid. Amber color means medium level invoices, not at paid. Something like that, you can mention it. Okay, now with the help of this report, what you can see, if you share the report in this manner, definitely they will ask you why the cells are highlighted in color. And you can say that these are the invoices highlighted in red, which is highly paid invoices in our company, which is not at paid. Okay, so this is what you are going to say. So then what are the questions come? What are the solutions? What are the ideas will be shared by high level management, saying that either why the invoices are not yet collected, or do you require any help from high level management? What is the status of the invoices? Will it come in next week or not? Something like that. They will ask a different questions with you. Okay, so they are interacting with you on both the report, and you can easily get in touch with high level management to obtain their help from this. Okay, even lot of high level people, they do ready to collect a payment because they will be a very good friends. Okay, the MD of your company with your client company, they both will be interacting with and they can easily collect a payment on behalf of you. Okay, you can bring some attention to high level management. That is most helpful for us. Okay, so based on client name, based on invoice amount, whatever we require, we can easily check it out. Okay, and we can say these are the highly paid invoices. Why they are focusing on high payment at first? Okay, for example, in this report, if I go for high level invoices, filtered by red color. Okay, so almost 143 invoices for 56 lakhs here. Okay, so I'll just make a sum here. Okay, 56 lakh, 58,000. 56 lakh. Okay, so now it is in subtotal. I'll just make this value 97,000. Sorry, 97 lakh. So 56 lakh, 58,000. This is the one which is highlighted in red color, greater than 30,000 invoices. Out of 373, 143 invoices out of 373, which is a highly paid invoices. Okay, if you start targeting those things, you can collect 58% of your revenue. The cash inflows will be easily collected only if you are targeting the high value invoices. Okay, that is the why we are focusing on high level payment as always. Okay, so there is a risk factor also. There may be a delay in payment for the high payments. Okay, it takes a lot of time. You want to do a continuous follow-up. Okay, so what you can do from the day one, you can start exactly checking with the trackers, and on that exact due date, you can tell some reminders to your clients, and you can get a payment from very easily. Okay, for that purposes, you can check it. If the number is highlighted in a red, then that is in risk. Something like that, you can mention it, and you can share it with high level management. Right. So any note as of now?
No, Jay.
Okay. Next, the same thing which I'm going to do again, one more rule which I'm going to create on this one, on top of the same numbers, which I'm going to create this time with less than symbol. Okay, so how many invoices are there in my company which is less than 20,000? Okay, all 20,000 invoices to be highlighted here. Okay, so I'll go for a same custom format with white color font and green color fill. Okay, now the invoices are highlighted in green color. All the invoices are highlighted. Most of the invoices are highlighted in green, which comes less than 20,000. Okay, you can see again, I'll go for a filter. I want to check how many invoices are there. So which is in green color, almost 165 invoices. Even all the 165 invoices, which deals with only 24 lakh here. Okay, so what happened? You can just go and say, as a high level management, what they can take a decision. If the invoice is less than 20,000, don't want to give much time for the clients, saying that you want to collect the payment within 10 to 15 days. Okay, so you don't want to give much credit payment terms for the all the invoices. Maximum payment term for a low invoices, which is only 20 days to 30 days. Those type of new decisions can be taken by high level management. Why? Because these low invoices are very risk. Okay, usually if you know about a payment credit history, it will be handled in a different way. If you are from anyone from payment department here, payment collection department, dealing with invoices, payment collections. Okay, see here, what are the risk factors behind the invoices collection payment report deals with? Okay, they will be focusing on the high level payment and low level payment at first, which is very difficult to collect it. Okay, why? Because if you go for high level management, high level payments are there. Okay, there are some big companies. They deals with multiple clients, multiple vendors. So they usually make a delay in a payment. Okay, this is one factor. So you want to be focused on the high level payment as always. Okay, delay in payment, or they will detect some SLAs, service level agreements. You will be sending an invoice with 30,000 or 50,000. So due to your service is not required or not in a proper way, they will deduct some amounts. Okay, this is from a high level payments, high level clients, they are doing it very frequently. One thing. Second thing, payment will get delayed. Their credit terms will be almost 90 plus days. Even the invoices in a very low manner, very small invoices, because they are big clients. Okay, that is the second thing. And third thing, okay, so they're dealing with continuous procedures. You want to do a lot of follow-ups. After that, they will make a payment. Continuous follow-ups will be there. for high level payments. For low level payments, there is a lot of risk again included in this, which means either they will not respond to you. Okay, they will shut down the companies very easily, they'll go away. Okay, or they will make a delay. So these three factors against are there in a low payments also. So you want to be concentrate on your report with even a high level and low level, all both together you want to check it. Okay, even in medium company, there will be a different 50-50%. Okay, they'll be paying you on time. Sometimes they will be without asking any follow-ups, they will easily pay it. Okay, they will pay even before a credit terms. Even that also they can do it. Very lot of companies are there like that also. Okay, so you can make with between option. Okay, between 20,001 to we applied with 29,000. Okay, so these invoices are a middle range invoices, which I am going to make between rule with custom format with amber color. Okay, so this is one which we can easily use it. Okay, so three different colors now applied it for these cells. Now you want to share your report in including with a conditional formatting. Okay, don't share a report in a text manner. From here onwards, you want to start using a conditional formatting in all your reports. Okay, this will create a new business decision can be taken by forming a new business from high level management. Okay, so this is one very important thing that you want to start using it. Okay, so any doubt as of now what you have seen about the three rules what we have seen? Okay, fine. Next, we go with another rule, okay, which is simply we go with the equals rule. Okay, if you want to search for a specific number, the invoice comes, if the invoice comes with 50,000 exactly, then you want to highlight those type of invoices, those type of numbers that you can do. Or you can go with some exactly what value it is there in the cell. Based on that, you can do it. And next, as I said, text contains. This is the only one which I used for text-based reports. Okay, text-based columns. Now I have the invoices and with payment method. Okay, I want to select the payment method only which is highlighted in cash related thing. Okay, so I'll go with cash payment type. I want to highlight that cash payment type in a different color. Okay, so I want that to be in a blue color. So I want to track all how many cash payments are there in my list. I want to use only those type of colors to be used for highlighting our cells with cash based payments. Okay, so you can use this text based conditional formatting rule which help you to highlight a text columns. Okay, first I have done for cash related thing. If you want multiple, then go for another rule. You want to type whatever you require. Okay, I want to highlight cash and then loan. So I want to use also loan here. So I can use loan. So highlighting with cash and loan in this text based column. Okay, so very easily you want to type a cell that contains with a wording, automatically the cells will be highlighted in color. Okay, this is for text based thing. To identify the claim names, even that you can do it. Okay, for example, I'll fill the random claim name. You can go with by claim name also, risk or the high paying claims, even that also you can do it. Okay, I'm going to give a random claim names here, 5 or 6 random claim names here. Okay, with the help of choose function, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to fill it randomly. Okay, usually the numbers will be filled, the invoice amount will be filled very easily with the help of rand between formula. So rand between will generate a random number for the cells whatever you selected. Okay, so if you want to use with text based fill randomly, then you want to use a choose function. Okay, choose and then rand between. I'm going to use 1 to 5 claim names here. That is to 1 to 5. 1 is minimum, 5 is the maximum. Okay, and then comma, what are the values we have? So 1 to 5 claims which I'm going to give. One is Sony, comma, and I'm going to give Samsung. And then third claim which I'm going to give LG. Then BPL, TCL. Okay, so now 5 values which I have given. I'm going to close this option, which is randomly generate this 5 numbers. Okay, so now the claim name has been filled. So now this is a text-based one. Okay, I want to highlight only the text if it is LG. Okay, you can go with text that contains. I want to highlight only the LG client. Okay, why? Because that is a very sensitive client. I want to track those payments in a very effective manner. Okay, that is why I'm highlighting only those reports. What are the risk factors we have in a claim name? Even that also, based on that also you can highlight it. You are 500 plus invoices are there waiting for a payment. You can highlight the top 5 payments, top 10 payments in a color, so that easy for us to track it. Okay, so you can make a separate authorization kind of a matrix saying that the client names deals with red color, which is highly paid. The client names highlighted with green color are very sensitive. Something like that, you can give a status also, and a summary file can be maintained for all these colors also to specify it. Okay, so that is easy for a reviewer to check and understand their colors, nature of the colors in a very easiest way. Okay, so this is what you can use with conditional formattings. And at last we have text date based rates here. Okay, this is very simple one, and which is go for a text with date based columns. So now the date acquiring, it exactly shows with yesterday date. If you have any invoices in yesterday date, it will automatically show you. Okay, you can go with last month or next month, whatever it may be. Now you can see it goes with last month. You can see now it starts with 6th month to 8th month only. We don't have any last month invoices. Okay, I'm going to change this last month. Instead of 8, I'm going to make this with 12. Now you can see exactly that has been highlighted. Okay, so wherever the last month invoices comes, 24 December 2021. Okay, exactly it get highlighted. So you can see by how many invoices from last month still it is working, still it is waiting for a payment. Something like that you can easily use with the help of this date acquiring. Okay, so you cannot use any other conditions rather than this. Okay, only with yesterday option, today option, and last 7 days option, last month and last week. That is one way you can use it. If you want specify saying that if the invoice list is greater than 28th of April, then I want to highlight, which means you want to go for a new rule. You don't have option to do that. You want to go for a new rule option to create a new one. Okay, so that I'll tell you how to do that one. Okay, so for any doubt as of now about a first rule what we have seen?
Jay, can you please explain that choose function? Have you
Yeah.
did in a formula bar that is equal to choose ran between? What was that value? I'm not able to got that.
Okay, see, for example, if you're dealing with number related thing, quantitative methodology, which is very easy to fill, we have a ran between function. Ran between will fill the numbers from bottom number to top number. For example, my bottom number is 10, my top number is 25, which means it will randomly fill between 10 to 25. This is for number related columns. Easily it will fill it. Okay, but if you want to fill the regions here, for example, we have 4 regions: north, south, east, and west. Okay, that is text-based thing. You cannot fill those north, east, west, south randomly here. Okay, which you want to manually type it. Okay, so it take a lot of time again. So that is why we are using a choose function. This choose function, what it will do, it will exactly bring random numbers. Okay, say choose means what is the index number and what is the value. If you put 1, index number is 1, then the value of that 1 is region is or south, something like that you can give it. Okay, this is for choose function, you can do it. If the value which comes in 1, then it will bring choose. If the value comes with 2, then bring north, something like that it works. Okay, so we are using choose with ran between. Choose ran between 4 regions are there. So 1 region to 4 region, that is my top. Okay, 4 regions are there. What is the value I required? If the 1 value has been generated, choose value is 1. Okay, choose value is 1, which means I want south region. Comma, second value. If the rand between generated second time with 2, if it is comes with 2, then I want that to be in north. Comma, if generated it's 3 means I want that to be in west. Okay, and then it generates with last 4, then it is east. So 4 regions are there, so I'm going to give 4 values here randomly. Okay, if you are dealing with these type of words with very less number, 1 to 10 means you can directly type using this choose option. Okay, so what it will do, it first when I press enter, the rand between number generated 3 here, that is why it comes with west. Okay, again if I copy and paste this one, you can see now the number has been changed. Now this time the rand between generated 1 year, so it brings south. So by randomly it generates the number between 1 to 4. So all the values are now comes with 4 regions here. You can easily fill the text-based things, text-based columns randomly here. Okay, you can bring your 9 different payment methods. Randomly you can fill it. You can bring 4 regions here, easily you can bring it. With some client names here, easily you can bring it. Okay, with the help of this choose and rand between, the rand between will generate random numbers every time. Okay, for that we are using it.
Yes, Jay, clear now. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So far, the last one, which is highlighting a duplicate. Okay, so this is very important. When I go for highlighting a duplicate, that you can do it in a very easiest way in a shortcut key, as I said earlier. Okay, Alt H L H D, which is how many invoice numbers are here, which is duplicated one. Alt H L, condition formatting, H and D for a duplicate rule. When I do that, you can see it exactly duplicated. So each and every numbers are in duplicated. I just copied and pasted the same value. That is why it shows duplicated value here. Okay, when I go and change the invoice number with 202, which means that is the one which is not in a list here. That is a unique value in the list as of now. Okay, so easily highlighting it here. Okay, so same like you can go with different client names. You can go with identifying the invoice number. You can go with the employee ID, how many employees are repeated, something like that. You can easily identifying a duplicates. So we have 2 options in Excel. One is highlighting a duplicate and second one is deleting a duplicate, removing a duplicate. Highlighting duplicate can be done in Home tab under conditional formatting with the help of highlighting values, duplicate values rules. We are using it. For removing a duplicate, we required a data tab to identify it. Okay, so remove duplicates will be available in data tab. Okay, you want to select some list. In this list, how many duplicate values are there, that you can delete it with the help of remove duplicates. Okay, so that during a data tab we are going to see that we can see it. Okay, fine. Next, first set of rules that we have completed, which is deals
Hi
with.
Jay,
Yeah,
sorry to stop you in between. This is Kanchan.
Yeah.
There is one question that is formed for the date. So for
Okay.
date, if I want to check between somewhere between for the month of August and for the month of October, if I want to check the transactions that have happened in the payment method, how can we do that using conditional formatting?
Okay, so we want to use with new rules only. So we want to write a functions to create a new formula. You want to write equal to and function. Okay, that is in the upcoming session we are going to show that one and function. If my cell is consist of greater than 1st of March 2021 to less than 25th of June 2021, between between March to June, which means you want to highlight a cell with some color. So we want to write a condition here like this, equal to and my cell which is less than the date that I want to mention. Okay, 0 to March 2021, something like that you want to mention it. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the upcoming session about this and function and all. Okay, which comes under logical. That time I'll tell you how to use this one. Okay, so based on this new formula, you can apply any colors for the cells.
Okay, thank you, Jay.
Since if it is a number, that is very easy. You can use with this between option, directly you can go and check it. Okay, but for the number related thing, you want to exactly do it. But other options are there. As I said, all dates are not a date. That is a number. So you want to check what is the number it is for. First, for example, in this report, 1st of June to August will be there. 1st of June to August will be there. For example, I'll just copy this date set. I'll go for another sheet now. So as I said, all the dates are a number related thing. If I convert this into a generic format, general format, this is a number. Okay, you can use these type of numbers also, maybe you can do it. Okay, for example, I want to use this number. First, I'll be copying the same cell. I'll convert that into a date format. Now the June 1 is considered as 44,348. Okay, then from 44,348 to 44,356, only that I want to highlight now, which means, okay, I'll just copy this value, since this is a date, but as I said, this is a number in Excel. Okay, I want to highlight only the cells from 44,348 to 44,364. I'll go for conditional formatting, between option. Okay, you can see now, even the dates can be easily get it. Okay, you want to check what is the first date that has been converted into a number, and then second date, last date, that will be in a number. You can put that number into these two boxes. So simply you can highlight it without writing a rule. Right? Any doubt as of now? Hope you understand about this a date related rule.
Jay, there is one question forming out here as well.
Yeah.
I just there is a query apart from the that you are teaching. We have an employee code where the employee code start from 0. Many times it happens that we get the database from our
Software.
From the software as well as from our other team members.
Okay.
There the 0 is not added prefixed. 0 is not fixed before the digit. I mean the 4 digits.
I understood.
So if we add the 0 using custom, using a custom format, I mean using the number, there is an option called as custom.
Yes, yes.
So if we want to add in 0, there is only one way out where we can add 0 using the apostrophe and
Exactly.
0. Right? If it's a manual task to do. If we want to add a 0, we have to do it using the custom and add 0. Right?
Yes.
But when we do a VLOOKUP, that the output that should come, it is not seen. Is there any way out for that?
Yeah, I'll tell you. See, usually if you go for apostrophe, that will be considered as a text-based report. Okay, which is the column has been converted into a text manner. Okay, why we are using this one? Because as all the cells are highlighted in general format, by default, all the Excel cells are in general format. If it is in general format, we cannot use zeros here. Okay, you cannot apply with zeros. Okay, so the zeros are vanished now. So you cannot retain the 0 here in the general format. If you require that, either you can go with apostrophe. This is one method. You can retain a zeros. Okay, and then second thing, you want to select the list and you want to go for a text format. Okay, wherever the area you have selected, you want to use that as a text-based formatting, and then without using apostrophe, you can easily use this one. Okay, you can directly type without apostrophe. This is one method. But when you do VLOOKUP, this is not a number. So that is why the result comes with not applicable. Though we have a 0987 in both the sides, but you cannot apply a VLOOKUP for these scenarios because this is not a number. This is a text-based thing. Okay, you want to convert that into a number. When you convert this into a number, the zeros are now vanished. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to maintain the area for this is my employee ID. For these two employee ID, I want to do a VLOOKUP, which means the opposite side, I have a database. Okay, I have a database, right? So you want to maintain that database also with the same formatting. If you have employee ID in the database, you want to use that employee ID also in a text-based thing. Okay, same like this. When you have the same like this, then you can apply a VLOOKUP. Okay, no other options are there. So here, if you have both employee ID table also consists of in a text formatting based, okay, text based column, and also the VLOOKUP what you are going to do for the value what you are going to find. Even this is also to be in a text based. If both the formats are same, then you can do a VLOOKUP and you can apply getting a result. When you don't have this in a employee with text based format, then VLOOKUP will not find, it will gives with the value error, because this is a text based column, this is a general based column, so it won't match it. That is why the result comes with not applicable.
Okay.
Yeah, fine, Joe. Just go and try with the same formatting. Okay, you can maintain the text based here. Again, the employee ID to be maintained, employee ID column. Don't disturb your original data. Create one more column with the employee ID, duplicate employee ID, and then you can start doing VLOOKUPs. Fine. Okay, so now, as I said, the numbers can be easily identified in Excel with some direct numbers. Okay, so dates are numbers, so you can start your date as a number related thing and you easily update it, all the columns. If you want to highlight only July month, then you want to start from 44,378, okay, to 44,408. So if you want to highlight only July month invoices, then you want to use the condition number with 44,378 to 44,408. Only select that numbers and you can easily edit it without writing any function. Okay, fine. So any other doubt you have? Okay, fine. Next, we go with other rule, top and bottom rule. Okay, so now I'm just going for the same data set. The invoice amount is there. I'm going to select the invoice amount. So this will be the another best one. Okay, why? Because we don't want to mention anything. We don't want to mention a specific value. Based on the value what we have applied in a cell, it will automatically highlight the top 10 items, automatically brings the bottom 10 items in a very easiest way. So far we have 372 line items are there, 372 invoices are there now. Okay, in which I want to identify only the top 75 at 20% of payment or 30% of payment, only 90 invoices, which means we can use this top 10 rule, which is directly highlighting the top values. Okay, by default, it will highlight the top 10 invoices here, top 10 payments here. Okay, but I want this to be highlighted with top 30 or top 25, something like that, which I have given. Exactly the top 25 payment will be highlighted. Okay, you can see that top 25 values will be highlighted in this list. Okay, so you can easily get what is the highest value, what is the least value, that you don't want to mention a number specifically. In this report, what is the highest value? Based on that, automatically it takes. Okay, so this condition will be very helpful to identify the top 20 payments, top 50 payments, something like that. Easily you can take it without mentioning any number. Okay, you don't want to mention number, invoice value here. Directly it comes based on your total value. Even average, above average, below average, with top 10%, even that also it works. Okay, so even above average, below average, you can see the average value first, 26,217. The total invoice is 372, in which 26,217, that is the average amount. You can go and select what are the invoices which comes under below average. I want to highlight those all things in yellow color, which means now you can see the list of invoices are highlighted in color, yellow color. All these are low payments, below average. I can segregate this status into two things. One is above average and below average. So out of, you can see this 372 invoices are there, in which we have already highlighted in yellow. Almost 205 invoices are there, which is below average. We can mark all these invoices are low value invoices. Okay, if I target this low invoices, it deals with only 34 lakh. You can see the summation below here in the status bar. 34 lakhs it deals with, even though 205, the volume of count is very high. Okay, but if you go for other invoices in different color, which I'm going to make it, the same invoice list I have applied, I'll go for a average, above average invoices. Above average, I want all the above average to be in a green color. Okay, so now very simply, I'll go and apply a filter, and I'm going to find only the green color values. Now you can see 167 invoices are there, which is above average, high payment for 63 lakhs almost. If I collect the 63 lakh out of 97, almost 60 to 70% of my cash are now collected. Okay, so the cash inflows are very easily comes into our reports, through the reports. Okay, so this is very easily without mentioning any value. Here we have mentioned with greater than 40,000, greater than 30,000, something like that. Okay, which is very difficult. We don't understand what is the invoice value, invoice amount and all. So here, instead of that, by default, it's selected with top values. Okay, by default, it's selected with top values. By default, selected with above average, below average. Very easily you can use it with. Okay, so simply you can use with these type of rules in a conditional formatting. And next set of rules, again, I'm going with conditional formatting. That is even from third rule onwards, it deals with exactly in a data visualizations. Okay, so far what we have done, that creates a colors in a cell, that creates a cells with color. But now what happened, it creates a small data sets, data bars here. Okay, like a data visualization chart kind of thing that will come. Okay, now we can see how does it work. But as I said, all these will do for a cells what we have selected. So I'm going to select a cell here. That is the invoice amount. I'll go for directly with data bars. Okay, data bars with two different colors. One is gradient fill, which means the color bar, horizontal bar will be created with light color. Okay, you can see now, along with your data, you can find a small bar diagram. Okay, based on your data amount, the value will be automatically adjusted. Okay, so in which same thing, you can go with some darker color if you require. Okay, some darker colors also, which will be helpful for us to present our data in a very neat manner. Okay, you can start using these type of data bars in your reports. Okay, the amount, invoice amount, if it change, automatically the bar diagram will extend. Okay, now I'll put 0 here, 31,380. Exactly, the bar diagram will be extended. Okay, so based on the number what you have done, the value will be easily increased. So manually I have created a number, upward arrow and downward arrow for this scenario. Okay, for this scenario, upward arrow and downward arrow which I have created. Okay, but here only the data bars will work. Okay, you can see the data bars alone with numbers also you can do it. Okay, for example, here invoice amount which is already there in the left hand side. Okay, left hand side, but I want the only bar diagram. I don't want this number to be applied here. Okay, only numbers to be removed. Only numbers to be removed. For example, here again I'm going to show you a trick. Okay, a new trick here. First thing, the data bars are very low. Okay, all these are with 40,000, 45,000 only. It is, if you see, these numbers are not at all touched. For example, up to 46,000, the bar diagram will be shown by half of my cell. Okay, here it is working. If I put here with 90,000, for example, 96,000. Now you can see it completely comes into my bar diagram. Okay, it completely come to my entire cell value. Okay, the entire cell with option here. Now when I go and change the cells with some white color, the black color font has been now removed. Instead of that, we are going to make with white color with background of white. Everything cannot be seen, only this bar diagram can be seen here. Since the bar is very high value, so the colors are automatically start publishing it here. Okay, it is visible now. Okay, this is one method. We can highlight a cells with white color by removing a color. But unfortunately, you have some bars are in very high range. So for that, you cannot do anything. Okay, this is one method, which is simply we are doing cell numbers are now in a hidden status. This is one method. Now in Excel, do you know how to make a cells with invisible? Any idea about it? Invisible. How to make cells with invisible? For example, if I want to make this with invisible, there is one option. As I said earlier, you can go with a white color font color, which means the cells are there, which is in white color font. Now the values cannot be seen here. When I click the cells, it shows with a name value in a number value and text value in a formula bar. But if you change the background of this cells here, if you change the background here, for example, I'm going to make a cells with some background option. Exactly, it can be identified. Okay, so this is, even though if you are making a cells with white color, you can easily arrest all the amounts, whatever you have in that list in a very quick manner. This is first type. Okay, that is called cell makes with invisible, but if you change the color, easily it can be identified. Okay, that is another trick we have in Excel that makes the cells are invisible. Though we have a different color, that exactly removed all the numbers. Okay, now you can see I'm going to select the same data set. Okay, same data set. Here without a background, so you cannot see any values here. Still that is in white. Okay, that is in white. For example, I have done a few line items in black color. Okay, since this is a white, the background will be there. So exactly it is showing the values. Now what I want to do, I want to use a small trick here to make cells with invisible. Okay, for that I want to go for format cells by pressing Ctrl+1, the format screen which comes here, format screens. Okay, and then go for custom option. Now I'm going to make these cells with invisible by writing a 3 semicolons. For example, 1, 2, and 3 semicolons. If I give the 3 semicolons in the Excel format, that will make all cells in invisible mode. Okay, though we have a color background here. If I click OK, now you can see all the numbers are now vanished. Okay, if you go and select the cells, it shows in a formula bar. But even if you change the color, if you change any color in the background, you cannot identify the numbers here. If you hide this formula bar in your system, no one can see it. You have a lot of numbers here, lot of calculations here. Though they change different background color, you cannot identify what numbers are available in that one. That is called invisible trick in Excel. Okay, so if you want to bring back again these in amounts here, the values here, go for a same custom format, and you want to delete this last rule what you have applied it. Go for delete it and bring back all the numbers here. Okay, this is one way that you can easily hide a cells with some colors. Even though it is a background color will be different, you can make easily invisible all the values. For sensitive information that you have in your system, you can put all those into a different sheet and make the trick to be invisible. Okay, no one can see it. Though it is in a different color, they cannot see anything information in that one. Right? Any doubt as of now? Okay, fine. Next, we go with another options. Okay, now next we go with a color scales directly. Okay, color scales. So I'll just take the same example. Okay, I'm going to select the invoice amount here directly, invoice amount, and I'm going to use the color scales. Okay, so color scales are like 3 different colors will come by default, like a heat map kind of thing. Okay, heat map means the values which are in low, that will be comes with a light color or colorless. Okay, based on the values, if it is changing, the low value to high value, middle value, all will come in a different colors, light color, dark color, even a dark color. Even that it works on. You can go and change the first set of rules. It gives 3 colors here by default. Okay, one is green, yellow, and red. Okay, which means the highest values are in green, the least values are in red, the middle values are in yellow. This is one which could show you in a 3 different color gradient which shows it. Again, if I go for another one, second option, which means the highest values are in red, the least values are in green, middle values are in yellow. So different color combinations are there. You can use any colors you require. Okay, this is by default it gives you. Okay, so if I go and select any values here, it exactly shows the least values are in red, the high values are in green, and then the least values are in middle values are in amber, yellow color. Okay, so this will give a random color based on the gradient. Okay, so 3 different colors can be highlighted and easy to spot on this one. For that, we are using with gradient fills. Okay, so color scales will be very helpful for you to do it. The last option, which is icon set. Okay, very important this one. And also you can maintain a very professional way of creating some conditional formatting with the help of the last option. Okay, now another rule which I'm going to use it, which is called the last one. A directional icon can be used it. Okay, icon sets with the directional, I can use it, or I can go with shapes. Okay, or I can go with indicator. Okay, so 3 things that I can do it. Okay, whatever I require, I can select it. Okay, for example, if you have a project which is a negative, you can make using this flags also, red flags, green flags, even that also you can do it. Now 3 flags which I have mentioned it here. See, the values will come by default here. Okay, so the flags will be highlighting with icons also. If you go for icons here, I'll go for 3 directional icon now. Exactly, it works on. Okay, so if I go for any big number, for example, 46,000 will be there. I'm going to change that with 96,000. Now you can see exactly that is a top value. So it comes with upward arrow, green color. Okay, so you can do these type of conditional formattings in your report on going forward, start using it, and also displaying the amounts with some directional like this. Okay, that will help you to maintain your reports in a neat manner. And also you can easily identify the small indicator which is showing here. The value is high, the value is low, the value is medium. Something like that easily you can spot on. Okay, for that purpose, we are using with conditional formatting icons here. So icons can be used with 4 different colors, arrows if you required, or different shapes can be used. Traffic lights if you require, you can use traffic lights also. Okay, so this will be more helpful for you to identify the payments in the nature what it is. So for that, we are using with conditional formatting icons. Okay, so far what we have covered, which is completely about the 5 predefined rules. Okay, 5 predefined rules. But for the new one, what we can do, we want to write a new rule here. Okay, we want to write a new rule. In new rule also, we have 2 different options. Okay, 2 different options. One is based on the cell contains, I can do it. When I click new rule, you can see here, cell that contains value. Based on that, I can do it. Okay, because the cell values, which is equal to, what is it? Based on that, I can type it. And use a formula to determine, which is to write a new formula here. So both the things which I'll show you now. So any doubt as of now about the 5 rules what we have seen? Okay, see now I'll go for a new rule now. This is specifically I'll try to do for one HR tracker, okay, which is for timesheet purposes. Okay, the attendance tracker which I'm going to maintain, I'm going to prepare it here. Okay, in a very easiest way. Okay, and with the help of conditional formatting, I'm going to do it. Okay, so see here how I'm going to use it. Very simply, this is one-time work. Okay, if you spend 10 to 15 minutes to prepare this tracker, and next day onwards, you don't want to do anything here. Okay, this will automatically track and it will count the total pay days also for an employee. Okay, first I'll start doing it by simply, you can do it for any industry. Okay, not only for HR, you can do it for any industry, for sales department, for marketing, for finance, whatever you require, you can do it. Okay, first I'll go for month date. I'll go for month year. Okay, so the month is based on the date I can go with. Okay, so I'll go with January 31, January 2022. Sorry, 22. Okay, so this is a date, month will be there. I'll just go for a custom format. In this, I'm just going to mention only this MMM and YY. Okay, so this is only for mentioning my month and year. I don't want the date here. Okay, this is one. And then I'm going to make with serial number and then employee ID. Randomly I'll update it. And then I'll start doing all the one. Okay, so now first, this is for January month. Okay, it's January. So I want to add this one. Okay, from here, what I required. I can make here with 01 also if you require it. Okay, 01. First date of January. Okay, from that, I'm going to start my dates here completely. So 1st of January, what are the values? What are the month values which I'll change here? Automatically, it will replicate in my new cell in B. Here it is C3. From that, I'm going to add 1 day for all the thing. Okay, so from January to January, here the format which I'm going to change it. Okay, simply I'll go for again format, number format. This time I don't want anything. I want only the date here. Okay, so DD hyphen only 101. Okay, which is only date here. So this is in date format, but still the formatting of that cell is shows only 01. Okay, so I'll just going to extend it. That's one. So again, the same format which I'm going to copy it for all the rows. Okay, just for example, I'll do up to this 01, 02, and then I'm going to extend it. Okay, so here you can see 15 days. For example, I'm going to apply this attendance tracker only for 15 days, which I'm going to do it. Okay, so this is for employee ID and day one, what is the value that I want to do it? Okay, simply. And I'll go with some colors by randomly. Okay, now I want to see what is the date is. For example, January 1, I want to see what day it is. If it is a Saturday or Sunday, what a day it is. That I want to find it. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use a function called text open bracket. Okay, the value is my date. Okay, the value is my date, comma, double quotes. I want to use 3 Ds here, which is my first 3 dates, 3 letters of my day, which is Saturday. So 1st of January, which is Saturday, 2022. Okay, so we start from Saturday, exactly it identified. Okay, this is the formula where we can use it. So don't delete this formula. Since this is a template, you can use the same formulas here as always. Why? Because when I go and change this for February, 1st of February, only thing what I'll do, I'll open this template for next month. I'll change my month date here. When I do that, exactly it finds. So 1st of February is June to Tuesday it shows. Okay, so exactly it is Tuesday. So very easy for us to maintain this templates. Okay, that is why I'm not changing everything into our values. So now I'll just copy this formula. I'll go for enter date here. Okay, this is for 15 date for January. Maybe if you require this date into completely Saturday, which means you can add 1 more D's here. 4D means it comes completely with Saturday. Full value will come. Okay, the first 3 letters won't come. The full length of the character will come. Okay, either you can maintain with 3D or 4D. Okay, so that will be very useful for us to track it. Okay, now I'll list down my employee IDs here. For example, I'll make random employee ID. I'm just going to do this for a 10 employee as of now. Okay, so now fine, the template overview has been done. Okay, now we are going to start with the conditional formatting, right? So any doubt as of now about the calculation, what I have done so far?
Okay. See, this formula which you use for text, instead of DD, if I give MM, it will give the month.
Month, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, now employee ID will be there, and then you have a start listing all the things. Okay, so for example, we have you want to make this as a present value, present, absent, unplanned leave, planned leave, LOP, whatever the criteria that you had, you can easily mention all the criteria over here. Okay, so I'm going to fill randomly here with the help of choose function again, because these are words now. Okay, choose ran between 1 to 5. For example, I'm just going to make only 5 criteria here. One is present, one is absent, and one is unplanned leave, and one is comp off, one is half a day. For example, randomly I'm going to give it half a day. Okay, so now this is what the 5 conditions which I'm going to fill in all the cells here by randomly. Okay, so I'm just going to make this choose function. I'm going to hit it here. Okay, so now when I drag this, exactly it works. Okay, so randomly, just for random purpose, which I'm filling it here. Now that appendix has been tracked. Okay, I'm just going to keep the same formula here for your references because I'm going to share this file to you. So please see this formula to easily refer it. Okay, so now very easily I have done it. Okay, the same thing which I'm going to make with some conditions. First, I'll copy this and I'll put it down here. Okay, and then here this area which I'm going to make a page special value because I'm going to write a condition now. Okay, once it is done, simply I'll go and use this conditional formatting rules. Okay, for these data sets, if you have a more number of employees, not a problem, just list down them and you can start updating these informations. Okay, now I want to mention all the employee which cells consisted with equals to present. Okay, equal to present. I want to make that all things with green color, with white color font. Okay, when I click OK, you can see exactly all the present value has been applied here. So if you want to see what are the condition format which I have used it here, simply you can select here. You can see it here. Okay, cell values with P, and then automatically that will be highlighted in color, and it has been applied from C6 to Q17. In case the range has been extended in your case, you can start extending it by applying this, selecting this option. You can easily extend the cell range, whatever you require. Okay, so this is very simple by creating a conditional formatting rule to identify all the present values. Okay, present into a green color. Now next again I'll go for a same rule which I'm going to create one more rule. We have 5 different categories, so 5 rules to be created, which is equal to absent. Then I want to make that with red color and that's to be in white color font. Okay, so now you can see all the values are in absent that has been tracked into a red color in a very quick way. Okay, so easily you can start updating your colors here. And one more rule which I'm going to create it, which is for comp off. Okay, so I'm going to sell some cells here that is equal to comp off CO. Okay, and I want that to be in blue color. Okay, so just for example, I'm going to make that with blue color. Now you can see exactly it has been updated. Okay, now the other thing, rest of the cells you can do it, but just for example, I'm leaving with only 3 rules. If you want, you can create different categories for unplanned leave, planned leave, comp off, LOP, half a day, permission, whatever you require. You can track it with your company rules, your own policies. Okay, you can create same rules like this. Okay, you can create n number of rules will exactly work with the help of the conditional formatting. Okay, now simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a function here to count it. Okay, for example, I want to count only the present value, the total count of present days, paid days, which I'm going to do it. I can use a count of function where simply we are going to see all about these functions in the upcoming classes. Just for example, I'm going to do it here. Okay, count function, count range, comma the criteria SP. Okay, now, so for the first employee, we have only 6 days paid days will be there. Okay, for example, this employee, you can see only 1 present will be there. Only 1 it shows. Okay, for in this 15 days, it is only 1. In case if you want to omit this one, for Saturday, Sundays, we are in leave. So we don't want this one, then you can delete the function. Wherever you require from Monday to Friday, you can exactly do it. Okay, so this is a ready-made tracker kind of thing, where you can just go and change your employee ID and change these fields automatically. If you put present, it comes. Now, when I go and change this formula, okay, this is a present, which is only 1 it shows. Half a day will be shown here. Okay, I'm going to make that with present. You can see exactly it will highlight with color, and also the count will be automatically added here. Okay, so the counter formula will help you to get summaries. Same like you can just copy this formula and put it for present, absent, is, half a day, comp off, and so on. So you can easily use that thing to update it. Okay, so this ready-made trackers can be used with conditional formatting. That gives the exact meaning of understanding about your data. Right, so any doubt as of now about it?
Jay, this is Kanchan. Is there any way out if we want to lock these formulas?
Yeah, you want to protect it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. For example, this is the value. For example, these are the formulas are there. Okay, I want to no one want to delete it, which means or you want to hide it. Okay, you can either one option by locking a cells here with some password, that is one, or you want to protect the sheet, that is the second option, or you can hide the formulas here. Okay, you can hide a formula with the help of again locking it. When I go for control one, we have a protection tab. Okay, protection tab in which go for this hidden option only for the selected here, hidden option, and then you want to use the lock to be removed, hidden option, click OK, and you want to protect it. Go for review and with protect a sheet. For example, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you can see, even though if you select here, the formula bars will not show you. Okay, but very rare scenario only, because since all these are cells are already, if it is protected, you want to entirely protect the sheets only. Okay, if I go on delete here or change here, okay, you can see now, if I go on delete here, it exactly be deletable. So we don't have any specific way to protect it. Only through a cell ranges that you can protect it. Okay, maybe I'll show this example in upcoming classes where you can directly select this area, only this to be applied with password. That I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so any other function? Sarah, any other doubts?
Jai, Mamta here.
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to understand what is the difference between the simple paste and paste special. And you use just paste painter also, I guess, format painter, right?
For which? For which
For
cell?
pasting, no, not for this. I'm asking some different question just to
Hmm.
understand. I understood this very well. Now, what I wanted to understand, what is the difference between control paste and paste special?
Okay, see, for example, if you go with the control paste, the cells will be copied in the same way. For example, the rule which is already applied in this list. Okay, when I go and copy and paste this value, just copied it in sheet number 5. I'm going to create one more new sheet here. I'm going to paste it here, which means exactly it will come along with the conditional formatting rule will come. Okay, when I go and paste these things into paste special value, then it will be pasted only with the text. There is no formatting will be comes, no rules will be copied, no formatting will be copied, no values will be copied. Only it will comes in a text manner. That is why I'm doing it with paste special value.
Clear, yes, understood.
Okay, so fine. I think we'll take a 10-minute short break and then we come up again to see about what are the new rules to be applied in a conditional formatting. Okay, so with the new rule is one which is pending. After a 10-minute break, we can see what is the new rule and then we'll go with a pivot table. Okay, so fine. So please be in mute. I'll be online. We'll meet again at 8:40. Shall we start now?
Yes, Jayakumar, yes.
Okay, so next we go with a condition-based new rule. So we are going to create a rules here. Okay, see now. So far what we have worked is in the predefined 5 different rules, which will do a cell with color highlighted in the same area what we have selected. Okay, for example, we have selected with invoice amount and we have applied a rule. Okay, we have selected with region and we have applied a rule. Okay, so now what we are going to do, based on a cell number, we are going to make other cells to be colored. Okay, we don't have that option in the predefined options. Okay, in the predefined rules, we can highlight a cell what we have selected. For that only it works. It won't work for rest of the cells. Okay, for example, I'm going to select the entire range here. If my cash payment, I want to select only the cash payment, which means it will highlight only that particular rule. If I apply text that contains for a cash, you can see now exactly the entire area what I have selected, the cash only alone selected here, because that is the only word which is matching here. But now what is my requirement is, if it is cash payment, I want the entire thing to be highlighted in green, the entire column. Okay, even if you have 20 or 30, I want to highlight the entire thing to be in a color. I don't want one individual cell to be colored. Okay, I don't want that one. Okay, for example, I'm going to make a status of this payment. Okay, so I'm going to make a random payment here. Choose ran between 1 to 3, 1 to 3, comma. First, these invoices are paid status. First one is paid status, and then will come in next week. And then third one, which is still in follow. Okay, so 3 status which I have randomly applied it now. Okay, 3 applied it, and now based on this status column, I want to highlight an entire database, that is my entire report itself. For example, if my column K consists of paid, status is in paid, then I want that to be in green color. I don't want to work with those paid things completely. I want to make that into a green zone. Okay, if it is in next week, I want that to be in a yellow color. Okay, which is a less risk. Okay, if it is in follow-up, then I want to make that thing into a red color, because that is consists of a lot of risk. So with the help of this text-based column, you can apply it for any reports. For example, list of activity, 15 activities are there. How many activities are completed? How many activities are pending? How many are still in process? You can make that also very easily. Okay, so I'm going to apply a rule now. Just see how I'm going to do. I'm going to select the entire database here. Okay, without a header. Please see here now. I've selected the list, but I've not selected my entire header part. I've selected from the first row what I have selected here. Okay, so now after that, go for conditional formatting. It is little tricky one that I'll just see my screen here. Okay, go for a new rule. I want to write a formula here. Okay, use a formula to determine. Okay, you can write any formula you require here. Okay, like a VLOOKUP, like a if conditions, whatever you require, you can do it. But now I'm going to write a very simple one. Okay, equal to my K2. When I select the cell, automatically it comes with absolute cell reference. Okay, which means we are coming with a dollar sign here. Instead of I have a K with dollar, I have a 2, that is row number with a dollar, which means this will see only this particular file. Okay, it will see only this particular cell. It won't see the rest of the cells. Okay, first I'll show you how it works. K2 is equal to double quotes paid. Okay, this is a formula rule. If you're using any alphabets inside a function, you want to use that with double quotes. Okay, I'll telling you the 7 rules. It will be available in the upcoming session. I'm going to tell you all the rules how to use these formulas and functions. Okay, so far very simple. First, I have selected the entire data set. Okay, entire data set, and then I want to use equal to K2 and then I want to use with paid. Okay, double quotes, paid. Now if it is paid, then the formatting color will, I am selecting with green here. Okay, this is very simple. The color of paid, which is green. When I click OK, now you can see the entire list which has been made with a green color. Why it is? What is the reason of highlighting all the cells with green color? Any idea about it? Okay, see now, the entire range will see only this K2 symbol. Okay, the K2 sign. That is a cell range which we have selected here. If by default it comes with the absolute cell reference. Okay, if it goes with absolute cell reference, then it will see only that particular cell. It won't see the rest of the cells. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a different sign here, style here, which is my K column is correct, but my row is not a correct one. My row want to be float here. So I'm just going to delete this dollar sign in front of 2. Only K, the column sign, column is constant, but the row is not constant. So every time it want to float from 1 to last. Okay, so from 2 to last here. Okay, so wherever paid comes here, only that cells to be highlighted in color, green color. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to remove this dollar symbol in front of 2 to make a different selection and absolute cell reference. Now when I click OK, you can see when I apply it, exactly wherever paid cells are there, that has been highlighted in color. Okay, so the other advantage here is once the conditional formatting rule has been applied, now when I go and try with changing some different color, which means you cannot make cells with other color because only the conditional formatting rule will work here. You cannot make any cells with color. That is what the biggest advantage. So now this invoice follow-up, it is in follow-up. Suddenly it has been paid by our client today. If I change that with paid means automatically that has been colored with green. The automatic status has been applied. Okay, so very easily it will work. Okay, and also if you go and change the next rule, which I'm going to apply it, again select the entire range. Entire range. I'm going with a conditional formatting rule again. Conditional formatting with new rule. Okay, second rule which I'm going to write it again. So see here, equal to, again you want to start from the first one. You should not start from the second one here. Okay, so first from K2 is equal to double quotes follow up. Okay, follow up, and again delete this dollar symbol. I don't want that to be in a constant manner. Okay, follow. If it is follow, then I want that to be in a red color. Okay, now you can see exactly where our follow-up comes, it has been turned into a red color. Okay, now this is next week the payment received, it shows in this invoice. Okay, suddenly it has been not responding. Okay, we come to change the status with follow-up, which means automatically that has been turned to red color by default. Okay, so any doubt as of now about writing a new function, new rule?
Understood.
Jay, I have a question. So, for
Yeah,
example, I don't want, I want based on the status column, I just want the payment method column alone to be colored. In that case,
okay, so in that case, you cannot do it. You want to apply separate function in that one.
okay.
Okay, or else what you can do very simply, take this payment method and put it in right side of the status. Only you want to select this 2 things. Okay, or you want to select only the rule to be applied in that part alone. That you can do it. Okay, change the rule strategy. For example, go for this new rule. Sorry, manage rules. In the paid one, you want go for edit option. The rule is correct, and it has applied from G2 to case 373. Okay, just change that range. Only you want from the payment region. So I want to select only the payment region, and I go and apply it. You can see now only for the paid status, only for the payment method it works. For rest of the cells it won't work.
Got it.
Okay, so you want to change the applying status, or you can put that in right side. You can select only that too.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, fine. Same like you want to apply it for a next week payment also. So if you go for manage rules, you have the same rule which is applied. In this worksheet, there are so many rules are already applied it. Okay, so for follow-ups for paid, that is exactly work. Okay, so this is what you want to do it for the specific wording related things. That is, instead of number, we have some status column like this. You want to use this option to do it. Okay, so this is about the new rules. Okay, so if you want to clear the rules, you can go and select this clear rule option, and you want to clear the selected or the cleared entire sheets here. Okay, so the manage rules will help you to see how many rules are applied in this sheet. Okay, how many rules are applied in the sheets will come. If you want to delete or edit anything, then you can use this managing rule option to delete it, or changing any cell references. You can use this applies to option to change it. Okay, this is very easy for us to change the extend the range of the line items if the volume has been increased. Okay, so this is about a complete a tutorial about conditional formatting. So we have seen the 5 rules, and along with new rules, clear rules, and manage rules, right? So any doubt as of now about a conditional formatting?
Hi Jay, this is Kanchan. I have one doubt with respect to the count a formula. So I mean, if condition using count
Yeah.
number of entries
days.
that
Yeah.
that are done. If I can you just show your paid sheet and that one
Yeah,
earlier sheet that I was highlighting, not this one, the sheet 8.
Sheet 8, I don't have anything.
No, I guess invoice wala this thing. This one. So this one, sheet 7.
Okay.
So if I want number of in payment method in row H, if I want the entries, how many NEFTs are done in this, I need to show the output in another sheet. So for example, a fresh sheet. Then
Yes.
what is the form? How the formula works?
Okay, same formula only. We can use counter for some function to exactly update it.
Can you please show me that?
Yeah, I'll show you. There is a 2 different way that we can do it. Okay, one is simply based on the function we can do it, or a pivot table. So pivot table is the one which is best for analysis purposes, and also which will create a summary of your raw data. Okay, so both things will work. For example, sheet number 8, I will go for it. Now my condition is I want to count how many NEFT payment is there, the payment method. Even though I have a different sheet, I have a raw data in my sheet number 7. I want to see how many NEFTs are there now. I want to make a summary equal to count IF. Count IF. What is my range? Okay, I want to see, go and select this entire range here, payment method range. Okay, or you can select only the cell range also by selecting from 2 to 373. Okay, so completely H I am selecting it, comma. What is the criteria it shows? Criteria which is in sheet number 8. So my criteria which I'm going to select it here. Okay, now when I close bracket and enter it, 40 NEFT payments are there. Okay, if I go and change this with cash, 55 cash payments are there. So simply we can use this counter function to count it, to make a summary. Okay, so even the upcoming session, we are going to build a dashboard report with the help of the same data set. I will prepare a dashboard report. Okay, that will help you to solve all your problems. Okay, this is a summary reporting level functions. We are going to see almost 15 functions to create a dashboard report, like count if, sum if, count IFS, sum IFS, and then large, small, average, minimum. Lot of functions are there to build a dashboard report. So that will be very helpful for you. Maybe we are going to see that by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I guess. Let's see it.
Okay, so is this applicable in case there is an alphanumeric database? Say for example, Jan 2020 or Jan 2021.
Yes.
Months you can say.
Yes, anything, whatever it may be, it works exactly. That is why you want to copy the payment method as same, like you can copy your category. What is your category? Jan 2022. Something means you can copy the same format what you had. Copy that and you can paste it in separate area, and then you can start applying it.
Okay. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, you can type it also here, but don't do any typing work because it takes a lot of time. You want to change every time. So like COUNTIF, okay, the ranges, I'll go for sheet number 7, selecting the range here, and then comma. So I want to count only cash means double quote cash I want to type. If you go for this typing method, even if the result will be same, but next time it won't bring. Okay, for example, next time I want to find for NEFT, I want to find for credit card. Okay, so what is the credit debit card will be there. Okay, and I will go for sheet number 8. I'll make with debit card and UPI. So this is a very simple function which I have used, and it automatically selecting a range here. So if I want to count for rest of the things, very simply I can extend it. I can extend my range automatically. Based on the payment method it will update it. But if you type like a cash here, every time cash payment will there. You want to manually go and change instead of cash, I want to type this with the NEFT. So that is why you can go with cell references based. Don't go and type any values in the formula. Okay, so any doubt as of now? Okay, fine. Now, next we go with a pivot table. Okay, as I said, this is a very important thing. A data analysis can be done with the help of pivot table. Okay, so I'll just take this sheet number 2. I have a same data set, a very big data set here, which consists of a sales report. Okay, if you see here, the sales report will be there about a customer ID, what is the payment order, and then the year which mentions here with formula year, and then we have customer name, we have the region of the customer, and then the state of the customer, city of the customer, and what product he has bought, what is the value of the product, gender of him, okay, him, his, and we have a quantity. Okay, so different columns are there in this report with profit, even including a profit and discount as well. Okay, so almost if you see here, this report consists of 25 columns with 10,000 number of rows. Okay, such a big report, a sales report which has here. Okay, now with the help of pivot table, we are going to do a summary. Usually the pivot table will be helpful for us to make a summary. Okay, the objective of pivot table is to make a summary. This is what it works. Okay, see here now. When I keep the cursor on the pivot table, the tooltips will work. It shows like a easily arrange and summarize complex data in a pivot table. Okay, so which means the complex data set is almost 10,000 plus row and 25 plus columns. The complex data set raw data will be there. I want to make this raw data into summary. For that, there is only one option. If you want to make summary, definitely you are going to use with pivot table. In Excel, just keep this keywords here. If you want to make summary, then you want to use with pivot table. If you want to compare the data, you want to use the column chart. Okay, if you want to use one-liner chart, that is called a pie chart. Okay, in the upcoming session, we are going to see all the charts here. What is the nature of the chart also? We are going to see it. Okay, so simply now, summary means confirm it is pivot table. Okay, even through formula we can do, but tool-based easiest one is pivot table. From 2016 onwards, we have one more button called recommended pivot table. So how many of you have ever used with this recommended pivot table? Any idea about it?
This is Kanchan. Recommended pivot tables, if I'm not wrong, these are the ready-made pivot tables that are available online or something like that.
Exactly, 100% correct. See, as Kanchan said, exactly, this is very simplest one. Okay, for example, I have a list of a data set, okay, a big data set or a small data set, whatever it may be. But if I want to go for this recommended pivot table, it will automatically give a suggestion through artificial intelligence. Okay, by a Microsoft automatically. It suggests me what are the possible way of doing a summary. See this, it shows sum of profit by country wise. Okay, and then sum of profit by state wise, sum of profit by region wise. All these are a possible way of doing a summary based on this report. Okay, very simply, it almost created 10 line items, 10 tables here, 10 tables with the default values. Okay, so based on this report, it comes automatically, ready-made template kind of a thing. Okay, now if my management requirement is matching with my scenarios, I can directly go and pick this table without doing any pivot table. For example, my high level management is asking now, saying that I want sum of discount by segment wise. This is what they're asking now, which means very simply the report is already ready. Only thing you want to go and select here and click OK. Now automatically the new sheet will come along with the same table. By default it comes. Okay, so this is what the recommended pivot table will do. So you don't want to waste any time here. Simply go and hit this recommended pivot table at first. Okay, this is your first step and see what are the possible ways there. If it is matching with your requirement of your high level management or external client, simply go and select this one and you can start using it. Okay, you don't want to apply it manually. This is first step. Second step, if it is not generating the requested one based on your requirement, then you want to go for a blank pivot table. Okay, you want to create a own table by your own and also with a blank one. Okay, so this is what the second pivot table will do. So as I said, pivot table, which is very easy. Okay, it will help you to deals with the page fields, page columns. Okay, simply you can drag and drop to fill your informations. Okay, first in which there are so many options are there in pivot table. Okay, so I think this 1 hour is not enough to talk about this pivot table, I guess. As far as how much possible we can do it one by one, step by step we can go it. Okay, so first we understand about the data set. What are the things we can do? We can show as a summary report. We can do data analysis. We can do data visualization. All the three which is available, which we can be eligible to do with data pivot table with any database, any data set. Okay, now first we start with a very basic thing, applying a pivot table and understanding about this tool. What are the possible way of creating this tool and customizing this tool, that we will see at first, and then we can start applying with our conditions. Okay, based on our requirement. First, as I said, you must require this data set to be cleaned at first. For example, cleaned means it should not consist of any blank value. It should not consist of any blank cell. You must require all the table header with filled, okay, without a blank header. That is most important thing. Okay, don't keep any blank rows in between, because till that only it will be selected. So first make sure your data set is now in clean manner to apply a pivot table. That is the first step. Second step, okay, if you have any blank header here, that particular column will not be published in your page fields. Previous versions, it will show an error. You have a blank field means the pivot table will not allow you to do. You want to rectify that and then you want to apply it. But in the upcoming newer version, it will allow you. Okay, the pivot table will be created, but that particular field will is just missing in the table. Okay, which is missing in the page fields. So that is the second thing. Third thing is everything is fine. You want to make a pivot table now. Okay, now go for a pivot table. When I click here, automatically it will be selecting the range from A1 to 10,003. Why 10,003? Everything is selected. Either I can go for existing sheet. If I have multiple sheets, I can go and select the multiple sheets here itself and I can apply it. One. Second thing, I'll go for a new sheet here. Okay, I'll go for a new sheet now as of now. Okay, I'll just go for a new sheet by clicking it OK. Now we can see there's a blank pivot table. Okay, but there is a slight difference which is showing with me in my new table. Why? Because the page fields will come here, which looks little different. Usually how it works, it will be like page fields selection area with stacked option. This is the default option in your system if you check it. Okay, but what I did, I changed this setting with field option by side. Okay, why? Because the difference between these two, which I'll tell you. First, if you go for a stacked option, you have all the boxes below, but unfortunately you can see only the 5 column headers here. If you want to go for a big report, you want to scroll down here one by one. It takes a lot of time for me. Okay, what I preferred, I don't want to waste time here to selecting this columns to be drag and drop it. Okay, instead of that, I'm going with the setting here to change side by side. Okay, when I go for side by side, it shows almost 10 to 15 columns here, which is easy for me to compare it. Okay, so I can drag and drop it very easily. That is for my convenient purpose. I have changed the setting here. Okay, in case if you require what is suitable for you, you can change it here one by one. Okay, now this is what the pivot table works. First, after creating this pivot table, you have a page fields with blank option. This is a blank one. So you will be getting two different tabs. One is called pivot table, and second one, which is called design. Two options are there. When you click this table only, it will be enabled. When you click outside of this table, you can't see those things. Okay, so click on the table, you will be getting two different tabs, and in which different sectors are there. For example, filter option with slicers, timeline. Okay, that I'll tell you. One. Second thing, to change your data source, we can use this option, and refreshing this one. Okay, that is second one. Third, you have to use selecting clear actions that we can do it. And fourth is very important, which is to make a relationship with other table. One, or else you can go for a page fields here. You can use a calculated field very easily here. Okay, that I'll tell you how to do that one. And also the recommended chart will be there. You can go and select any chart you required it. Okay, pivot charts can be done. Okay, now this is the options which is available in pivot table analyze group. Now go for a design. By default, it comes with blue design. Okay, style number 16, light 16, green color will come. By default, it comes. Okay, you can go and select any colors you require. Okay, this is the one which very attractively you can apply it. Okay, you can bring your tables with different colors. Okay, first I'll start updating it, and then I'll go and deal with this. Okay, so far, any doubt about applying a pivot table? Is this clear? Okay, fine. Next, we go with updating the fields. How to update these fields? Okay, this is based on the requirement which comes from high level management or external department. You want to do it. Okay, now just for example, I'm going to show you. See here now. In this report, a raw report, we have so many line items are there. For example, they're asking what is the sale has been recorded. Sale has been recorded under California. Okay, in the state California. This is what they're asking, which means I want to manually go for a state and I want to select a California, and then I want to go click OK. Okay, which means this is a sales value, sales field for California is 4,59,000 US dollar. This is what it shows. For only one statement, which is very easy, I can go and tell in a very quick manner. This is easily I can tell it. But if I ask multiple states, for example, along with California, I want to show for Florida. I'll go for Florida again. Along with California and Florida, both I'm going to select it. Now what happened? The total sum of both the states which appears 5,49,000 US dollar. Okay, so I cannot differentiate how much for California and how much for Florida. I cannot tell that one. I want to filter it separately one by one. That is why now we are required to apply a pivot table. So pivot table will help you to identify by state wise the sum of z. Very easily it will tell you. Okay, so now you want to find for multiple state means we can use this pivot table to apply to create a summary in a very quick manner. Okay, so now I want to identify sum of state in the report. Okay, sum of state in the report. Now sum of states I want to see every state and what is the value for that one. Okay, sum of state by sale wise. Okay, now two different columns that I want to deal with. One is my state, one is my sales. Again, apply a quantitative methodology and a qualitative methodology. See now, sum of state is my alphabet word. Okay, because that deals with alphabet qualitative methodology. Sorry, qualitative methodology. Okay, now this is alphabet. Okay, and we have next, which is with number. Okay, randomly. If you see here now, alphabets and numbers. So what I want to do now, I want to differentiate this two. See here now how I'm going to do it. The four fields are there. One is filter field, row fields, column fields, and value field. Four fields are there. Okay, four fields are there. How to use this four field? What is the value that to be applied in the four fields? That I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, first, if your data set, which consists of number related thing, the sales is a number. Okay, which means the number related thing must comes in values. All number related thing will definitely come in value. that is the only field that you want to apply it. If you put it in some different way, it won't work, it won't suit at all. Okay, so number related field must comes in values because that is a sigma field. Okay, that is make sure all the number related field will come only in values. Okay, this is what you want to understand about it. Number related to value fields. Next, what is the alphabet fields? Alphabet fields are all the three comes in an alphabet. Either you can apply it in a filter, or you can apply it in a row, or you can apply it in a column. Okay, anything that you require. In which column means vertical line item will come. Horizontal means column will come. Okay, so now even rows and columns, how we can use it up. For example, if my sum of state is an alphabet, okay, so that should be either in row or in column. Okay, either in row or in column. Why? Because that is an alphabet. Okay, now if my row or column which has more than 10 items, okay, the state is we have here almost 40 plus states are there in the list. 40 plus states are there. Then I want, if the number which is greater than 10 numbers, then I want that to be in row. Okay, if it is less than 10, then I want that to be in column. Okay, now you can see how I'll differentiate it. I have regions here. I have only 4 regions. 4 regions or 5 regions we have. So which is less than 10. So I want that to be in columns. You can see very simply, I can see that in a single screen itself. Okay, this is only less than 10. So I applied that in column field. Okay, now when I go for a sales field, I'll go and take the sales amount. That is the number. So it must comes in values. Now sum of sales by region wise, which we have applied it. This is first one. Second one, as I said earlier, if I put the state into a column field, which means what happened, it is greater than 10 here, which means that to be applied in only row. If I put wrongly, I'll take a state and I'll put it in column here, which means you can see it comes like a very lengthy vertical horizontal line item here. You cannot see your reports in a proper way. So you should not use rows or columns in a different manner. Okay, make sure if your selected items which is less than 10 numbers, then you want to use that in column. If it is greater than 10 numbers, then I want to use that in row. My state is greater than 10 now, so I want that to be in row as always. This is the correct way of reporting and easy to analyze it. Okay, so rows are more than 10, so I put that into a field automatically. Okay, this is one way. Second way, if you don't know how to use this one, very simple, go and click this box, check box here. Automatically that will go to the appropriate fields. Okay, respective fields. For example, sales is a number. When I click here, now you can see automatically that will go to the values. You don't want to bother about where you want to apply it. Which fields you require, just click on that, automatically it comes. Okay, that is the one way of doing it. Right? Any doubt as of now about what we have discussed so far about pivot table? Okay, fine. Okay, next you can see the total number of sales for each and every state. Now it has been identified. Okay. Next we go with another option. Okay, column where is required and filter where is required. That I am going to do it. First, I'll go with column. Column means, as I said, less number of them. Okay, less than 10. Less than 10 I want to do. So I'll go and take a category wise. I'll put the category in column. So this is my report. Each and every state, what is the category? What is the sale value? I prepared a template now. This is one method. Very easily I can do it. Okay. Next, filter option will be there. Filter option where it will be used. Filter will be used for years. If you require for year, then go for years, you can apply it. Okay, in the year it shows with all years now. I want to see only this for 2021. Then click 2021. It is only $261. Okay, when I go for 2017, then you can check 2017. This is the value of 2017. Something like that. You can easily, you can check it out. Okay, so 4 fields are now applied it. 4 different values. Okay, so far what we have seen, all fields are now filled with one value. Now, when I go for a second value, for example, this is same. I want to show the state here, and along with that, I want to show the shipment mode also. Shipment mode to be added again in row column. Second time I want added. If I go for add the second time, what happen? The state will come. Along with that, the second below to that, I will be having a shipment mode. Okay, which is creating a problem now. The report will be getting extended one. Second thing, what happened? My state will come, and next to that, below to that, the shipment mode will come. So what I required is now I want to segregate this two. First is my column A to be applied with state, column B to be applied with category. Okay, so that is shipment mode which I want to do it. I want to move the shipment mode to my row to column. For that, we are using an option called classic pivot table. Okay, classic pivot table. So now classic pivot table means it will convert my row value into a column value. It will bring my row values into a new column. With the help of classic pivot table, we are doing it. Okay, simply how to do that one I'll tell you. Just do right click. Just do right click. Okay, and then I'll go for pivot table options. Okay, pivot table options, and I want to enable this display, enable a classic pivot table. Okay, under display group, enable classic pivot table layout, which I'm going to extend it. Okay, I'm going to enable it now. When I enable this one, you can see now that has been comes to a new column. Okay, so now whatever you put in the row field, that will be converted into a column with the help of classic pivot table. Okay, which is not enabled by default. You want to manually enable it. Okay, once it is done, once the table is done, I'll go for different styling here. Okay, first I'll go for styles. I'll make the styles to be in different way. For example, I'll make with different colors like this. Okay, what are colors that you require? You can manually go and select. Okay, to attractively showing your reports in a very neat way. Okay, so this is the best way of showing our reports with some different colors. Styles can be applied it. Okay, so now the table has been applied with color. Okay, so we have seen classic pivot table, and then about a pivot table, how to construct a pivot table, that we have seen it. Now next we're going to say with one of the important thing in classic pivot table, and yeah, please.
Sorry to interrupt. Where you have checked this classic pivot table option?
Okay, so first you want to go for right click, go for pivot table option, and you want to select display, and then you want to check classic pivot table.
Okay.
Okay, so this is layout. This layout will bring my rows into columns automatically. So you can put a lot of values in a same row field. So what are the values that you put in row field that will come in a column based?
Okay. Got it.
Okay, fine. Now next I'll go for another important thing, which is called as report filter on pages. For example, most of the people are not aware about this one. Okay, which is available from 2007 onwards, but still now it is very difficult to understand it. So very effectively you can do this pivot table by using a report filter on pages. First, I'll tell you what this report filter on pages will do, and then I'll tell you how it works, where it works. Okay, report filter in pages. Okay, now there is a question comes from high level management, seeing that this is a raw report. Okay, a very big raw report. Now I want to split this report. I want to split this report by state wise. So how do you do that one? For example, you want to see how many states are there first. 40 plus states are there. Okay, I want to create one new sheet here. Okay, California, I want to create a new sheet for California. I want to move all the California records to California sheet. I want to create one Washington sheet. I want to move all the Washington sheet to records to Washington sheet. Okay, so as same like 49 states are there. You want to create 49 state with the name, and you want to move those records to that. Okay, which means how much time it will take for you?
So manually it will take minimum 1 hour time.
Exactly. See what happened. If you go and manually do it, you want to create 49 sheet. That is one problem. Second problem, you want to apply the same name to the same sheet. You want to manually copy and paste it. And then you want to move the data to the respective sheets. Okay, 3 things that you want to do. It take almost 1 hour and plus. Okay, the same thing. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a simple pivot table. That pivot table will automatically move all the sheets. It will automatically create all the sheets by state wise, and it will put a name automatically, and it will move the records to the respective sheets by automatically. Only thing, it will move respective fields only. What are the fields that have been used in that particular field? That will be moved. Okay, and also the main advantage of this is everything will be done within 1 to 2 seconds. That is the advantage of using report filter on pages. Okay, you don't want to spend 1 hour here. Only 1 second is enough. Okay, that report filter on pages, which I will tell you now how to do that one. For example, I'm going to make a pivot table at first. Go for insert, pivot table. Pivot table. Now I want a report. Okay, for example, my management is asking, what is the total sale value? And what is the total profit? Total profit, which I put both in numbers. And I want this to be shown by category wise, subcategory wise. Okay, this is my subcategory, and total sale and total profit. This is what I want to show. But unfortunately, I want to show this important information by each and every state. For each and every state, I want to show in this manner. Okay, for example, if I go and put the state in filter field, all the states are now available. Okay, I want to see what is the California. If I go and select this California, the record for California is 4,59,000, in which 76,000 US dollar is a profit. Only for California it shows. Okay, they want to manually do it now every time. But now this is what they're asking. I want to create all the sheet by state wise. I want to apply the same value to each and every state. Okay, now this is what my requirement. See how I'm going to do with the help of report filter on pages. Right now we have 3 sheets here. 3 sheets here. I'm going to apply this report filter on pages now. See, based on the data, what you are going to split, that to be applied in a filter. For example, I want to split this record by state wise. So I'll put state in a filter field. If I want this to be split by region wise, then I want to put region in a filter field. If I want to put by city wise, then I want to put city in a filter field. So filter field is the key one, because that is the filter pages on report. Okay, report filter on pages. Okay, so filter is the most important button here. You want to apply by based on the segregations, you want to use that one. Okay, now my requirement is by state wise. So I put the state in filter field. Once it is done, okay, now I'll go for pivot table analyze. Pivot table analyze. You want to use this down table here. Okay, pivot table. Below to that, you have a down drop down here. Just click on that. Okay, it shows the pivot table name, and below to that, one more option is there. Go and click the below option here. It shows show report filter pages. Okay, this is the button. Okay, you want to go for analyze tab. If you are lesser version, you have the options here. Go for options, and then you have a pivot table at first, and then you will be having one more options here. Come to down, and you have been having a show report filter on pages. Okay, now click on this button. If you click that button, it shows exactly what field is applied in that report page. That will be shown here. Okay, by state wise. Now, when I go and click OK, you can see it takes 2 to 3 seconds. Automatically, it will create the sheets with name, sheet with state name, and it moves all the data to the respective sheet. Okay, now see, when I click OK here, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Okay, so within 3 seconds, what happened? Sheet number starting from Alabama, from that state to 49 state automatically created with the respective data. Okay, you don't want to do any manual work. By default, the pivot table will create a 49 sheets within 3 seconds, and it moves the data to the respective sheets. Okay, so this is what the power of report filter on pages. You can do this by branch wise also. For example, you have 10 branches of employee IDs. You want to split all the employee list into a 10 branches. Okay, then you can put the branches into a filter field, and automatically you can split it. Okay, exactly, it comes by a branch wise. So now this is very easiest way of splitting your data. Right? Any doubt as of now?
Hi, can you please explain this again, Jay? Continuation.
Yeah, I'll do it. No problem. Okay, first I'll go for a taking a raw report now, and my sheet is now with only 2 sheets are there. First, I'm going to build a report. Go for pivot table. First, make a report. First, make a report. Now, I want to use some conditions here. For example, I want to apply a subcategory. Subcategory wise, I want to split it. Okay. So total category wise, total category, I'll put it in row. Total category, I'll put it in row. What is the category and how much sale value and how much profit value for each and every category. This is what I applied it. Now I want this information by category, subcategory wise. So I'll go to subcategory and I'll put that into a filter field. Okay, through which area that you require. Based on your requirement, you want to update this filter field. Okay, now I want this time by subcategory wise. First, you can check how many subcategories are there. You can see almost accessories, appliance, art, and almost you have 10 to 15 subcategories are there. So that will be created by different sheets now. Okay, once you put it in filter field, go for pivot table analyze. Go for pivot table, and then you want to go with options, and then you want to select report filter on pages. When you click here, it exactly create a subcategory options. When I click OK, the new sheets are already created. Okay, by subcategory wise. In subcategory accessories, this one, appliance, art, and then binders. All the subcategories are now converted into a different sheet, the value what you applied it. Okay, so easy for us to split your dates by branch wise or by region wise. Easily you can split it. Only thing, by which field that you are going to split, that to be in a filter field. Right? Any doubt as of now?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now next. Once it is done, as I said, you can apply different colors to this one. Okay, different colors to be applied it. Now calculated field is there. So what is this calculated field? For example, I'll just tell you what it is. First, I'll go for another table here. I'll go for another table. So I want to put my subcategory. I want to put subcategory in row. I want to put my sales and values. Okay, now my total values are there. Okay, subcategory with values. Okay, now this is my pivot table field. Okay, in which I want to create some calculated field. Calculated field. For example, in the pivot table analyze, you can go for this option, calculator option. You can create some calculated field here. Okay, you can create some own fields, which is just like a calculation. These calculations will not store in your table. For example, my table is in another sheet, pivot table. This is my table sheet. It won't store in my table. It will store as a memory in my page fields. Okay, maybe if you are about a DAX function in Power BI, okay, the Power BI is the next version of Excel, like automated data visualization tool, in which we are using a language called DAX. That is a query language, data analysis expression. Okay, in which we are creating a lot of page fields here, like a memory field. Okay, now we have almost, you can see, a row ID to the last one. Okay, plan code. We have 25 plus columns are there. If I create one calculated field, it will save in my page fields here, but it won't affect my table, original data here. Okay, it won't save in my table. It will save in my page fields like a memory. So that is called a calculated field. Okay, now I'll create some simple calculation at first to understand it, how to create it. Go for pivot table analyze. The sum of sales is there. For example, this sales amount will come in 2 installment for all the subcategories. Okay, so first I want to find what is the first installment value and what is the second installment value. That is what I want to find. I don't want to apply 50% of my sales in the page fields in my old report. If I do that, the data will get extended, the memory of the file will get increased. So instead of that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create that in a pivot table field itself. Okay, go for calculated field, pivot table, calculated field option here. Now, the first installment, name of this column, first installment. Okay, first installment. Now the formula what I can apply any formula I required. VLOOKUP, if condition, Okay, count if, sum if, whatever I require, I can apply it. But which is deals with only number-based thing, mostly calculated. So you cannot expect any text-based things here. Okay, so now formula, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the sales field here. Sales field multiply 50%. Okay, since this is a number related fields calculations which I'm doing, so 50% directly I'm applying it for the sales field. When I click add here, what happened? Sales into 50% will be converted as a first installment. Okay, when I click add here, now you can see exactly the first installment amount has been applied in this table. If I go and check this pivot table field here, you cannot see any values. You cannot see the same 25 fields will be there. The 26th column, which is not added in my record, but it will be added in my table. You can see here the first installment is which is applied here. Okay, this is a calculated field which is stored as a memory, not in a table, in a page fields. Okay, so it's just easy. You don't want to extend your calculations. You don't want to extend your table. For example, if you are dealing with more number of records, if you extend multiple calculations here, the file will get little delay in saving, and also the size will be extended. So that is why we are using a calculated field. Okay, now next, second installment as same thing. I'll go for page analyze, pivot table analyze with second installment. Okay, now I'll go for sales field, multiply again 50%. Okay, so now when I click OK, the second installment has been exactly done. Okay, so first installment, second installment. If you change any values in that, exactly it works. For example, fastener 3024 is there. Okay, I'll just go to the fastener field. I'll go for fastener. I'll just take a subcategory with fastener. Okay, see now the value of the fastener is very small value, 3024 is there. I'll just make one with 5000 here. Randomly I'll update it. Totally the value of this is 8009 now. 8009 US dollar now. Okay, I'll come for sheet number 11. I'll just do right click and refresh it. Okay, now you can see 809 exactly it updated with a calculated field 4004 and 4004. So very easy for us to maintain this type of calculated field. You can check anything you require. What is the 30% of your sales value? What is the 70% of your sales value? What is the expected fee? 40% of expected payment. What is the 60% of expected payment? Something like that. You can do a little different analysis and see if my total sale value, these are my pending values, in which if I get 40% means what is the value? If I get 60% means what is the value? If I collect 50% means what is the value? Something like that for a payment report also, you can easily check it up. Okay, so you will be getting some rough figure about your payment, what you are going to receive. If it is 40, if it is 50, if it is 60, something like that, easily you can check it. For that purpose, we are using the calculated field. So any doubt as of now?
Jay, I have a doubt.
Yeah,
Can you please help me out if we want to check the difference between two categories?
Yes.
And the difference would be into a percentage form.
Okay, so you want to see category means which category you want to do?
For example, say in accessories, appliances, and say art. Between these two categories, what the sum of the sales? What is the difference of the what is the difference and the difference in the percentage form?
Okay, so first I'll tell you how to use this percentage in one, and then I'll show you how to apply functions, how to apply a calculated field. Okay, so in which you want to subtract like a field basis only. Okay, here you cannot go and select like a cell based thing. Okay, first I'll show you how to create that into a percentage. First, the total sum of sales is there. I'll take one more sum here, a sum of sales, which I updated at last. First, I want to do that, do right click. I'll go for values to be shown with sum or count, whatever it may be. And that's to be in a percentage base. Right now, there is no calculation at all. So I want that to be in a grand total percentage. When I click here, now you can see in which the highest value is 14.32, which is for phones. That is the category which is we are making a lot of sales here. Okay, and then next is which is chairs for furniture. and then you'll be having almost 14.25% here. This is one way of converting my total range into percentage. One. Second thing, in between the category, we have different options here. Okay, you want to minus it one by one. For example, if you want to compare something like this here, mostly this calculated field will be done based on the different fields basis, not on the same field basis. Okay, what I'll tell you. When I go here, you can see now it shows with a separate field basis only. You cannot go and select the entire separate line items here. That is the one disadvantage we have it here. Subcategory means subcategory will come. You can pick the subcategory to be inserted. But in this subcategory, what you want to minus with other fields that you can minus in the same field that we cannot do it here. Okay, so with that one, you can bring a calculated fields here. If you want separately, you want to check between these two things, then you want to include a separate column in a calculated field in a table only. That is the only option to do it. After doing that, you can convert that into a percentage wise in a table. Okay, so any doubt as of now? Okay, so now next we go with a formula based. For example, as I said, this is a single based column calculations. Any one column to be selected, based on that only it works. And also it deals with a number based results. Mostly it won't give any text based reports. Okay, even for example, I'll go for a calculated field. Okay, I'm going to write an if condition now. Okay, I'll go for some condition. So usually if conditions will be used to bring a text based result, but now this is for number based result only. Okay, so what I'm going to do it. If my sales column, which is sales is greater than, okay, here I can write a if condition. If my sales is greater than 50,000, okay, or less than 50,000, comma, in double quotes, I want to bring that as low. Okay, and then I want to bring that as high. So if I do that, it doesn't work. Why? Because this is a text-based results. Okay, the output will be in a text-based. When I click OK, now you can see the new fields will come with value. Okay, why? Because that should be deals with a number only. You should not go with any text-based kind of thing. So I'll just go and recheck this column again. See, the fields will be condition 2. What I can do here, again the same if condition equal to if condition, my sales field is less than 0. Okay, which means I want to put my value as 0. Okay, or else I want to show the same sales field. Okay, less than 50,000. If it is less than 50,000, then I want to put that as 0, or else I want to bring the sales field here directly. Okay, sales field here. Now we can see this one. When I click OK, you can see exactly wherever less than 50 comes, that brings with 0. More than 50,000 will be there, that will be in a same value. Okay, these type of if conditions I can do. Why? Because this is deals with number related results. But here it is a text-based result. So text-based results most probably won't do it. Okay, it is not a calculated field. That is why. So you can use these type of calculated fields in pivot table. Whatever you require, you can do it. Even a VLOOKUP that brings a result with value, number, then you can apply it. Okay, so if you want to see the formulas, what you have used, you can use this list function option, list formula. When you click that, you can see exactly the new sheet has been created. So far, we have used 4 conditions. First installment, second installment, condition number 1, condition number 2. All these things can be easily applied. Okay, that is very easy for us to track it. What is the calculated field they have used it. All these will not store as a memory. In a table, it won't come. It will comes only in the page field. Right? So any doubt as of now? Okay, fine. Next, once you did this, as I said, why I combined conditional formatting with pivot table. Both will be more interlinked. Okay, which is you can apply a conditional formatting for your data in a pivot table very easily. Okay, now I'll go for a color scale. I can manually select my scales here. Okay, this is one way. Or you can go and select a separate conditional formatting for your sales field also. I want to see these fields. I want to find the top values or bar diagrams. Whatever I require, I can select it. Okay, even I want icons to be published. I can select icons also in your table. Okay, or the value I want to show. If my sales value is greater than 1 lakh, then I want to highlight those things in a red color. Something like that also you can do it. Okay, so simply you can use a pivot table along with a conditional formatting also. Exactly, it works. And you can make with cells with different styles, design to be selected with different styles here. Okay, so anything you require, it exactly works. Okay, so this is the calculated field about. The pivot table will consist of calculations. You can prepare a lot of calculations here. Right? Any doubt as of now? And then if you want to sort the value of something, you can just do by using sort option. Okay, you can go with sort with highest value to smallest value. Okay, least and largest value also you can do it. Okay, largest to smallest, exactly it works on. Okay, these type of informations can be easily applied. Okay, and if you want to show that with a percentage, then as I said earlier, you can do right click and go for percentage here. Okay, whatever you require, you can do with that. And as I told now, specifically if you want to see, for example, the total fastener value, which is 8,009, I want to see those records alone. Then very simple, go and do double click this number, automatically the sheet will be created and it will be comes with a fastener field. Okay, this is only easiest way to identify to get only the fastener subcategory fields. So in this fastener, we have almost 217 line item. Everything will comes here. Okay, so easiest way to segregate your records from this list. If you want to manually also you can do it. For example, I want all record means you want to manually go and click all the values here one by one, which means the new sheets will come and then you can copy and paste the fastener name into your sheets. So that is one way of doing manual work. Okay, so automatically it splits. Right? Any doubt as of now about pivot table? Okay, next we go with, in the pivot table, we can do other things. Okay, for example, inserting a slicer and then inserting a timeline. Okay, the two things we can do it easily. Okay, first thing, slicers and timeline. We'll see what is that, and then we will maybe on the next session we can discuss about rest of the part also in about a pivot table. Okay, first we'll see what is slicer and timeline. Slicers and timeline will be available in two different areas. One is in insert tab, you can find slicers and timeline. The same thing is available in when you apply a pivot table. When you apply a pivot table, you can find the pivot table analyze, under which you will be having the same option. Okay, both the time you can see this is under filter group. Again, under insert also, this is under filter groups. Okay, filters. So these are filters. Simply slicers are filters. And timeline also filters. Both are filters now. So why we are using filters? If you have a large data, you are going to make a filter by category wise, filter by order ID wise, filter by region wise, something like that. Easily you can make a filter and see your informations. Okay, why? Because in the pivot table, you cannot apply any filter option here. Only we have an option for a row field. If you have options required for the value fields, you cannot those things. You cannot do that one. Okay, that is why we are using a filter, ready-made filter buttons with the help of slicers. Okay, now next, slicers will work only your data set either in a pivot table or in a table manner. For example, I have some instruction, I have some information here. Okay, for example, this is my information. Okay, date, and then again a date is there. Okay, I'll go for another one. Okay, this invoice number and invoice amount will be there. When I go and hit slicer here, it won't work for me. Why? Because that is not in a stable structured manner, table structure. Okay, that is why it doesn't work. It will work only when you have pure table or table. Okay, that is most important thing. Right now, we don't have pure table here. I'll make only Control T to make a table. Okay, Control T to make a table. Now you can see when I go and click slicer, it exactly work. Okay, slicer for invoice and amount. How does it appear? When I click invoice number and invoice amount, it will come like a filtering purposes. Okay, now it will be like comes like a button like this, a ready-made button. Only thing, for example, this is a very large report. You have multiple options here. Okay, now we are going to see in depth about what is slices and all. Just an overview this is. I want to see what is the value for 228. When I click here, exactly it shows 220 had these many lists, in which 12,999. This is the only invoices. So the value will be getting filtered in my table with the help of these buttons. If it is a very big table also, it exactly with the help of this invoice number and amount and other fields, you can update it with filter and you can easily check it. This is about a filter, slicers. Second thing, as I said earlier, what is timeline? Timeline will work only in a pivot table. Even not in a table, it won't work. Only in a pivot table it work. Okay. And next thing, you must require a date related field in your data set. If you don't have any date related field, then it doesn't work. Okay, must date field is required. Must date field. Okay, this is what very important. For example, in the last example, this is my table only. Okay, I don't have any date here. When I click a pivot table, see here, I'll go for insert tab. First, I'll go for timeline. It doesn't work. That is one thing. And second thing, we have a pivot table already here. In sheet number 11, we have a pivot table here. When I go and click a timeline here, now you can see it shows only my order date and shipment date. Why? Because I have almost 25 plus columns here, but it doesn't show any other column. It shows only my order date and shipment date because that is related to date related timeline. So you must require timeline to be applied. If your data set has an order date or shipment date, if it is there, then it is suitable, or else it won't help you anyway without a date field. Okay, only slices can be used. Okay, any doubt as of now what we have discussed? Okay, fine. So maybe on Monday, again, we are going to see about this pivot table, in which we are going to see how to use slicers, how to use timeline. Okay, and then we are going to see with how to change your data sources and how to use with pivot charts. All those things will be discussed. Okay, so today we are going to conclude now with only two things. So we have seen conditional formatting and the pivot table basics. Okay, this is more important thing. So please do practice from day 3 onwards. We are going to see a lot of calculations, a lot of new formulas and all, which we are going to see it. Okay, so as of now, so we have completed almost day 3. Advanced chart, which is pending here. So we will start this advanced chart in the next session. Okay, maybe in day 4 on Monday. Okay, so any doubt as of now? Hope you got all the files. So day 3 file, which I'm going to share it with you today. So please start practicing it. So day 4 on Monday, we are going to see with charts to be started, and then Power Query and what if analysis, other data analysis, we are going to see it.
Sure, Jay.
Yeah, so this will be day 4 will be even more interesting because we are going to see about what is goal seek, scenario managers, and what if analysis, and about this data tab. So this is very, very interesting factors, a lot of Power Query dealing with data. So you can see a lot of new information about this data tab. Okay, so fine. Up to this, we can wind up a day, and this file will be shared you post lunch. So start practicing it. In case of any doubts, please approach me on day 4 and start doing with new rules in the conditional formatting. That is quite difficult. So about a pivot table, if you have any specific doubts also, you can bring with us. We'll try to solve those things on this part. Okay, fine. So thank you so much. We'll meet again on Monday. Happy weekend. We'll meet on day 4 on Monday.
Thank you, Jai Kumar.
Sure, Jay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jay.